Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. So I thought in today's video we would kind of do a bit of a morning reset. Obviously you can do this any time of the day, any particular day of the week. It just so happens that today is Monday and excuse the I've not done my hair since yesterday, so that just tells you how crazy my morning has been. So I've not long been back from dropping all the kids to school, and today's actually going to be really hot. They're saying like over 30, so there's quite a lot that we need to get done today. We've been out all weekend at a football tournament, so a lot of the jobs, ironing, things like that haven't been done, and I need to get it done today. Really, I'm thinking before I go to work, because we've got quite a bit of cloud at the minute, so it's very close, but it's not like the sun's out fully baking. So I'm thinking let's crack on, get some jobs done. So I really hope this gives you lots of motivation. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's jump into the video. We are starting off in my bedroom, so the first job is going to be to strip the bed so I can head into the utility and pop this in the machine so that it can finish, to give me plenty of time to get it all dried. That way I can put the same bedding back on. I'm really obsessed with this bedding. I did mention in my last video I picked this up I think about 2 months ago maybe, or 6 weeks ago, from Asda. It is the Stacey Solomon bedding. She's got a couple of different ones, but this is the peach bedding, and the sheet is actually a very light baby pink and white stripe, and they did have the pillowcase set to match, but unfortunately they were sold out in my store, and then when I went online they were also sold out online. So I think I was quite lucky to get the sheet, because I think this has been a very popular colourway. So I've just paired it with some plain white pillowcases. I am just checking periodically just in the hopes that they do come back in, because I would love to grab them. But yeah, I am just doing this. I have already got a load in the washing machine. That has now finished, so like I usually do on a typical day, I will pop a load on before I head out on the school run. That way by the time I'm back it usually is finished, or it's got like 10 minutes or so left, and then I can get out on the line and then get another load on, and then it just gives me the best possible chance of getting it all dried in the day. I really love it when the weather is warmer, because it just means I don't have to have airers up in the house and we don't have to use the tumble dryer. I was just going to actually ask if any of you guys have washed your pillows. So my pillows are filled with feathers and they are actually disgusting. I didn't notice how bad they were until today when I stripped the bed, but I don't know if I'm too scared to wash them, because obviously they are not foam or anything, they are just feathers, and I'm really scared that I won't be able to get them dried, and that I don't want them obviously to be like have a musty smell. So let me know if you've ever washed feather pillows and if it was successful before I do this. But yeah, I'm just loading myself up so that we can go down and head into the utility. So I'm just going to take the load out that's finished. This was a dark load, and we are going to go into the garden and hang this on the line, and then I'm just going to switch them over essentially and pop all the bedding in. I actually on my way down collected some other stuff, some other washing from the kids' bedroom, so I'm just sorting that into the washing baskets. I've got like this pull along washing trolley that I purchased from Amazon, and it's got 4 different compartments. So I usually have 2 for darks, because we've got so much dark washing always, and then I've got 2 for like 1 for colour, 1 for white. So I was just sorting that out, popping this load in, and I'm just using my go-to washing combo at the moment. I'm still obsessed with the Mrs. Hinch Lenore Wildflowers. I'm popping a cap full of white vinegar in along with the fabric conditioner, and then we're heading into the garden. So heading into the garden, just excuse the pool that's in the middle of the garden. I didn't want to move it because the weather's been so hot, the kids have literally been on it as soon as they get home from school. So I just thought it was pointless packing it away to get it back out again. So it looks a little bit crazy during the day when I'm home. But yeah, just thought it's easier to leave it out. And I like this one. We actually got it from Costco last year. And it's one of those that you have, it's a little bit like a bouncy castle pump. And yeah, it's so easy to obviously inflate and then let down. And it dries out really, really quickly, and it doesn't go, you know, like with a typical swimming pool, you have to clean it because it goes green and slimy. This doesn't do that because it's almost like that material of a bouncy castle. Also the decking, we should be doing that in the next couple of weeks. I'm just waiting for Tom to finish up the main bathroom and then we can get to work on the decking. But other than that, other than the decking area, the garden is not looking too bad. I just need to obviously keep on top of the weeds that seem to come through my flower beds. We do have artificial grass purely for the kids. If I had my way, I do prefer real grass. I do miss my real grass, but it's not ideal, especially in the winter months with the kids. And Ollie plays an awful lot of football out here. And before we did this, he just tore up the grass. And we ended up, we hardly had any grass, if I'm being honest. It just ended up being like a mud pit. So until the kids are grown up, I think we will have to stick with artificial grass. And then when they're older and they're not doing what they're doing in the garden so much, I can have a lovely, nice lawn again. And I'm now heading back into the kitchen. So I'm going to start by just getting the washing up done from this morning and giving the sides a bit of a wipe down before I head into the front room. I also need to clean my air fryer drawers. So I have the Ninja 2-drawer air fryer and the drawers haven't been cleaned in a while. I do actually have these silicone inserts for them, but I don't know what happens because I always put them in the dishwasher. I always keep on top of them, and then someone will use the air fryer and they will just be left out. So you wait until you see the next clips of the air fryer. Oh my goodness me, I'm a little bit embarrassed to show this on the internet, but this is real life and I like to share real life over here. So to clean the air fryer drawers, the easiest and the most effective thing I have found is to boil the kettle. I pop a dishwasher tablet in each drawer, pour the water on them. So I did have to boil the kettle twice because I actually filled the kettle up to the max and poured the entire lot into each drawer, and then I literally leave them on the side. So I left these on the side until I'd got back from work because I wanted them to have a really good soak. And prior to doing that, I'm also just spraying some of the elbow grease degreasing spray in here. This works amazing. Now I know they do a specific spray just for the air fryer, which I'm sure works amazingly, but this is obviously like a multi-use product, so it's not just for one thing. So I just like to have this in the cupboard. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just pouring the water on top of the dishwasher tablet, and it literally just lifts the grease from the sides. So we'll be back to tackle this in a little while. I like to do this when the kids aren't home as well, because there's no risk of them like pulling it off of the side and scalding themselves. So this is a job I like to do when I'm at home on my own. Heading into the front room now, so I'm just giving everything a really good dust. I've actually taken down all of the cards that we had up we still had cards up from Father's Day and our wedding anniversary, so I've just packed all of those away, and I've still got actually a really lovely amount of flowers. I was very, very, very spoiled with flowers on my wedding anniversary, and it just makes me feel really happy when I walk into a room and I see the flowers. So I've still got those going. If you wonder why there's so much, it was a special occasion we were celebrating, but it's not looking too bad in here, to be honest, because the weather's been so nice. We've not really spent much time in the front room. It just needed a good dust because the windows have been constantly open. There's quite a lot of building work going on where we live, so everything just gets very dusty. So I am just giving everything a nice wipe over, and then we will be going in and hoovering and spraying the sofa and just giving everything a good freshen up. Now, I've had a couple of comments asking how I'm getting on with my new Hoover, and I actually love it still, guys. It's so good. And I actually had a bargain with this because I got it when it was on sale on one of the May bank holiday weekends. So I would definitely, if you are in the market for a new Hoover, and you can hold off, I would definitely hold off for bank holidays and things like that, because Shark always run amazing discounts. I do link in my cleaning videos some of my favorite and most used cleaning gadgets and tools, so like Hoovers, mops, that sort of thing, but just beware when you click the links, sometimes they might not still be on sale. You might just need to obviously wait, and that is what I did with this Hoover. But I love it. It's so lightweight, and it's all I've been using. My handheld Shark has actually had to go back in for repair because ours is one of the ones that you can fold, so it looks a little bit like an L, so it can fit under the sofa, under beds, things like that. And the joint is actually snapped on it, which I have recently found out is a common fault with the model that I have. So I'm just waiting to see if we're going to be getting a replacement or whether I need to swap it for a different model. But for the time being, while that one is out of action, usually I find these corded Hoovers and the upright Hoovers quite like bulky and hard to use. I usually just stick to using it upstairs, but I actually love it. It makes cleaning so much more enjoyable when you like the item and the product and the gadget that you're using, and I really do rate this one. And to finish, just a quick spritz of my fabric freshener. This is the new one I mentioned in my last cleaning video. It's the scent White Jasmine, and it's by the brand Azivi. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but lovely. It smells so good. Now the bedding has now finished, so I'm just getting that out of the machine, but really annoyingly, I've noticed it's all wrapped itself together a little bit like what my tumble dryer likes to do to me. But for some reason, the sheet had black marks all over it, and I couldn't see from what, because the washing machine has been cleaned. It wasn't on anything else, it was just on the cover of the quilt. So annoying. So I do have to pop that back through, so you'll see me putting that back in the machine in a moment. But I was also just wanting to ask your advice. So I don't know if you can see the very bottom of the unit that this washing machine stands on. You can probably see the like raw wood. This machine leaks, and for so long I've been convinced it's the drawer that's leaking. So when it's due a wash, some of the little holes in the roof of the drawer get clogged up. Now, I always thought it was that, but it's literally recently been cleaned, like within the last week, and I keep checking them. They're not clogged at all. And every time I feel underneath, it feels like there's a drip. So is there anywhere from under this machine that water could be leaking? I need to get Tom to pull it out really and have a look, but it's completely destroyed the bottom of this unit, which is all MDF. So Tom is going to have to do a bit of a repair job on that. But yeah, if you've experienced anything similar, please let me know in the comments, because I'm baffled as to where this water could be coming from. So moving into the hallway, I am just giving everything a dust down. The hallway actually I've been keeping on top of, so this is a very quick job, and this is something I need to note to self, keep on top of the hallway, because it makes a world of difference. It's literally just a case of running over the table, the radiator cover, and just going along the tops of the panelling, like the dado rail and the beads that we've got on the wall, because they do collect a lot of dust. And then I will be hoovering out here, and then we will be using the is it the speed mop? I think it is the flash speed mop where you attach the pads to the bottom. That's my new favourite thing as well for this floor. So going in with the speed mop, also I was going to mention it is Amazon Prime Day from the 8th of July until the 11th of July. So I am going to spend a little bit of time between now and then updating my Amazon storefront. I keep all of my favourite products listed there so I can easily link it for you, and it's just a very quick, easy place for you to head over to check that out. So keep those dates in mind because a lot of products will be very heavily reduced. I will try and share more nearer the time, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. So now the floor has been mopped, I am going to be tackling these trays. So as you will see, I'm just pouring the water out and I'm lifting the tray off, and can you see that? That is pure grease grime. There is a few chips in the bottom of there as well. I know it looks really grim, guys. I just usually like to leave it until it's soaked because it's just easier to get out. So I've just drained the water and then I'm just popping all of the things I can scrape out onto a kitchen paper, a piece of paper that I can just pop straight into the bin. I don't want to be clogging the drains up. So I'm then just swilling it through with some warm water. And then next up, you're going to see me going in with some more of the elbow grease degreasing spray. I picked this up in Home Bargains. I think it's literally like 89p. So cheap, and it works so well. I even use it on the PVC around the windows. It's just such an all-round great product. And then with the elbow grease dishwashing wand, I picked up earlier in the year this set that goes on it. You get it from B&M and it's got so many different attachments. So I am just using this metal scrubbing brush. I'm not going crazy with it because I don't want to take off any of the inside of it, but it just worked great. It just getting off the tougher stains. And then I am then just going in with a Scrub Daddy and just giving it a good scrub. Nothing too crazy because it actually lifts off so easily once it's soaked. So if you are struggling with your air fryer drawers, try this. Let me know how you get on and if you find it helpful. So once that has been fully cleaned, I'll let it just dry off on the draining board, and then I'll be popping everything back into the air fryer and adding the silicone inserts, and that's another job done. And then last up, the last job to end this video is going to be me remaking my bed. I had to leave it until a lot later in the evening because it was so hot, and our bedroom is in the loft and it was extremely warm. As you can see, I do have the door propped open, which it has been like this for probably the last 2 weeks, and this usually happens over summer. We'll just leave it constantly open just to let the airflow come through and just give us some air. But you'll probably see also the sheet is blowing away. I've got the fan positioned at the end of the bed just to give myself a little bit of cool air blowing at me while I'm doing this. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you lots of motivation. I've also tried to just adjust the music selection in these videos just to make it more calm and relaxing rather than the more upbeat music, which I would usually pop on my cleaning videos. So after the comments I had, I thought we would try something different. So let me know what you think of the music selection. Do you prefer, or do you prefer me to go back to the upbeat music? And don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone.
words were all